So it seems Smite makes you guys rage in more ways than I anticipated, and tons of you left some really interesting comments on the previous video about weird and wondrous ways that Smite makes you want to commit die. So here we are, back with 5 more ways Smite makes you rage. You know what doesn't make you rage though? Our community Discord server. If you're not already in, I don't know what you're doing with your life really. We have fun times and meme spam, so the link for that is down below. Number 5. Q dodges, especially in ranked game modes. So first up we've got Q dodges. For me, I care about this mostly in ranked, but it does apply to casuals and any game mode really. You queue up for as much as 10 minutes to find a game of ranked conquest, sit through another 5 to 10 minutes in the lobby strategizing, talking with your team, making your picks and bans, preparing yourself mentally for the shit show that is ranked conquest matches, and then some guy just leaves the lobby. This is just the worst because you got literally nothing out of those 20 minutes you just spent preparing for a game. I bet a lot of people purely don't play ranked conquest for this reason, because of the absurd time it takes to get into a game and then play out a full game as well, and I can kinda see why people do this. It's especially bad when it was intentional, like the guy gets put on support or something and just decides instead of sucking it up and maybe improving at the role a bit and having some fun, he'll just dodge the queue and fuck everyone over. A few of you mentioned this one on the last video, but this one is a very personal one for me as well, since I do play myself a fair bit of ranked conquest and I've had this happen to me numerous times this split alone. I even had it happen 3 times in a row in ranked lobbies on my Masters promo game. It was very monk-ass to say the least. Number 4. Win lane, lose game. So this term is thrown around a lot, probably too much in my opinion. A lot of people say, oh nice, win lane, lose game, when what they really meant was, I went even in my lane and rode it out while ignoring my team and letting them die over and over. So anyone who uses this term in that way is completely wrong with it, but there are definitely cases that require this phrase to its true definition. Sometimes you just stomp your lane, or the jungle I guess, as hard as you possibly could, but either your team lost so hard that it was impossible to carry, or perhaps you're a support or a solo main and aren't really on a god that can carry games directly. As a solo main, this is one of my biggest causes of rage. I've had games where I've been 6 levels up proxying at the enemy Phoenix with a 4k gold lead at 10 minutes in, but every other aspect of the team lost, so we still lost the game. This one is a little less rage-inducing for me because there's no way to really help it. Sometimes matchmaking fucks you in the ass, and sometimes people just have bad games. With the other things like Q dodges, it's more intentional and deliberate on their part, which makes me hate it more than this really. But a ton of you guys suggested this as something that makes you rage, so here you go. Number 3. Loki. Now, I don't really hate Loki that much. I think he can be very annoying and the people that play him are mostly toxic bronzos. But for me, I think Loki works as sort of a gatekeeper for new players looking to enter Smite. He teaches you the importance of saving your relics and not buying meditation on mages because for some reason low-res recommend you to do that when you're new to the game. And in general, I feel like being able to outplay a Loki and beat him is a tipping point where a new player becomes a Smite regular. But a ton of people suggested that Loki makes them rage the absolute most out of any god ever created, and anyone who plays the god should burn in eternal hellfire only to be returned to life and die again suffocating in Retro Bacchus's juicy falls until the end of time. And since this video is 5 things that makes you guys rage and not 5 things that make me personally rage, I'll include Loki to appease you. If this was my personal list though, this entry will probably be occupied by Spootabitch. Number 2. Minions stopping blink, causing you to miss ultimates. So on my last one of these videos, someone pointed out that the main reason they miss Ares' ultimate is because of blink, and yeah, I can kind of agree with that. So for the most part, those fucking archers are the biggest cause of these embarrassing moments. You're ready to blink in and get ult 4 people and stomp the teamfight, but then you just ult the air and wonder what the fuck happened. Yeah, that archer probably just pinged you for 5 damage and stopped your blink from going off because you entered combat. This is a very niche situation, but I think anyone who uses blink on a regular basis has felt the pain of ulting in place after being put in combat half a second before blinking. Once again, there's not really much you can do about this, and it's more of an embarrassing moment than necessarily one that makes you rage, but I still think it deserves a spot on this list. And finally, getting camped by a jungler. So this one kinda ties back in with the win lane lose game point from earlier, but more specifically being camped by an enemy player, usually the jungler. The amount of times I've been winning lanes so hard early on, but have then had the entire enemy team set up tents and sleeping bags in the jungle next to my lane is ridiculous. They must have brought plenty of supplies because they'll be waiting as long as it fucking takes for me to step 1 inch out of my tower line and then commit all 5 ults onto me and VEL spam my body. The fun thing about solo lane is that in a lot of cases you can actually fight a 1v2 if you get ganked and win it if you're skilled and are playing a good god for 1v2s like Bellona or Arthur or something. So that's a small consolation with this one, but still, being camped for me is personally one of the worst feelings. Especially in squishy roles, because you can't even get your minion wave without just getting dunked on by 7 Thors and back assaulted 4 times. You guys have also expressed your hatred for this one in the comments of the previous video, so I know I'm not alone on this. But anyway, that's enough rage for one video. As with the last one, leave any other ways that Smite makes you rage down below, and I'll probably make a part 3 at some point with some more of your guys' suggestions. But other than that, subscribe for more Smite videos every week, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Have a great day, and peace out, you nerds.